Welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you here on this week's Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast. I read a book a while back, and I always like to go through my library every couple weeks or so, and I like to pull out about a half a dozen or so books that I want to reread, re-review. I have different ways that I've accumulated over the years of actually dog-earing those pages, taking notes, highlighting, and for me, I like to just brush back up on those concepts. So one of those books that I bought many years ago when my daughters were very young, it was called Parenting Champions: What Parents Need to Know About the Mental Game by Lanny Bassham, the world and Olympic champion. So I have never been a parent that I have two daughters. They're 8 and 10 years old right now. Never pushed them hard to feel like I needed them to achieve anything. So it was very important for me when they were young. I wasn't going to push sports on them. I wasn't going to push school too hard on them because the sports is up to them. I want them to be a part of sports for the camaraderie, for the challenge, for the enjoyment, but I don't need to push them to try to be an Olympic champion. That was never going to be my role. If they wanted it so bad, then I'll be there to support them. My daughters chose not to go that route, but they've tried a lot of different sports and a lot of different activities, and they do what they're interested in. And it's not for me. I'm not trying to live vicariously through them. They can do as they wish. And the same with school. I want them to get good grades because it's part of their potential. Like, I know that they can achieve that, but all I need is that they did their best. And they'll be honest. Did you really do your best? And if you didn't, we have to work on that. But if you did, I understand like the levels of school and all that, but I also understand how school is changing and how education in general is changing. And it's not dictating your life whether you went to Harvard or Stanford or one of those schools. You're going to be just fine if you are someone that just enjoys reading and learning in general and you work hard. And that's really all that I'm looking for out of my kids. But anyway, there's great. I do like to study successful people in every field: successful parents, relationships, career, finance, investing, doctors, medicine, like whatever it might be. I like to study people that have been successful in the field. What did it take? What did they do? And then I try to share that on the Cabral concept and here on the Integrative Health Practitioner. The Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast. Many of you are IHPs. So what I wanted to do, you may read this book, you may never read this book, but on page 93, there are basically 4 ways, and this is what you should be doing with your clients. Again, it's not just kids, but it's with clients. And I wanted to share these styles with you. You can call them styles, but we really need all of them. It's just some pertain more to individual clients or not, and I want to get that to you because this is going to draw the best out of your clients. And if you draw the best out of someone, if you help someone reach their potential, they're never going to want to work with anyone else. They're never going to leave you. They're going to refer lots and lots of other people. So let's get into it. The first style is informing. It's basically telling people what to do. So there's a certain segment of people. They just say, you know what? You just tell me what to do. Draw out the plan and I will do it. I have many clients that are like that. I work with a lot of entrepreneurs. They don't care about the why. They tell me, hey, you gave me a smoothie, but you didn't tell me exactly how many blueberries to put in. Like, legitimately, I've been asked that before. Okay. So what some people, you want to tell them exactly what to do. You write out their plan. You scheduled their day. You tell them what the workout, you tell them everything, not just exercise, not just, hey, 7,000 and 10,000 steps a day. You tell them, hey, 10,000 steps a day. No less than 9,300, like whatever, like they want to be informed. And this is what you're going to do. All right. So that's one particular type of client. Now, as I'm going through these, please keep these in mind because not every client is coached the same exact way. And you need to know as you're chatting with the individual, oh, this is the person that just used the cue. Just tell me what I need to do. Just tell me what I need to buy. And you give them the list. That's what they're looking for. Now, the second type of client is this: the one who wants to be taught. They ask why a lot. All right. So, and exactly like, how do I go about this? So let me give you an example. I have clients where I'll go through their labs and they say, you know what? I don't know what any of this means. I don't care. Just tell me what to do, right? That was the first client. All right. The second one is, I want you to tell me why I may have yeast overgrowth, why I may have bacterial overgrowth. No problem. They just say, hey, how did this happen? How did I get SIBO? How did I get this? And of course, we're not giving medical advice. Just say, here are the different reasons how this happens. Antibiotic use, even if it was many years in the past. Okay. Second one is potentially birth control. Another is a lot of alcohol. Fourth one might be heavy metals. And so you kind of just start to go through all the different reasons. And they're like, oh, you know what? Well, I did take antibiotics a lot as a teenager. Oh, this person did take birth control for 10 years. Like, you start to just look at the things. And they might even then ask, well, how does birth control affect my gut? And then you start to talk about a lack of less bile production and the microbiome. And so that is the client that wants to be much more not just informed, but actually taught, this is how all of this happens. All right. So you've got the, just tell me what to do. And then, hey, how did this happen? Different client. The third one is, some people want to be motivated. So, you know what? Honestly, and this is the truth, people have done dozens of other protocols and programs, and they may not be far off from what you're recommending. And you know what? They may have even gotten some good results in the past, and they may know exactly why they're doing it. I talk about this all the time with personal training. My clients, after working with them for a decade, they could train, like, no offense, but they could train many other personal trainers that were just starting out. They had 10 years of working with me 2 to 3 times a week. Right? So they could have trained me when I was 21, 20, or 18, 19, 20 years old, starting out, right? Those clients who had been working with a personal trainer, had been in the industry for a while, training other people, that person could have trained me. I'm like, oh, wow, that's actually a really good workout, better than I could, put together. So what I like to share with people, those people though, why do they keep coming to me after 10 years? Motivation, accountability. So there are people that want to be motivated. And by coming back to you, it is remotivating them to start again. Yeah, I should do that. Yeah, I should have done that. You're right. That when you hear those words, you know that this is a person who's being remotivated. But here's what else that they need. They need you to check in with them once a week, maybe even twice, maybe Mondays and Fridays. Just a quick note. Hey, looking forward to a brand new week. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's get after it. That's Monday. Friday, or even Thursday if you want, just making sure that I check in. Hopefully the week's gone well. Let me know if there are any questions and how you've been progressing. Okay, that's how you motivate that client. And it's simple. Again, if you have a little spreadsheet of your clients, most of you will have 10 to 20 clients maybe at a time. Nothing too crazy. You're able to keep track of that. You're able to keep notes and you check in with them. That's part of your job. It's going to lead to great results. It's going to lead to great client retention and a lot of referrals as well, because nobody does that, right? So you're just going above and beyond. But what's the above and beyond cost you? 2 minutes of your time, 3 minutes of your time? It's worth it for sure. All right, the last one is this. It is praise. Now, this is an interesting one. I think everybody likes to be praised. It plays on that, ego. It's most people don't dislike it. If they do, there's typically some things to work out there from the past. But praise for certain individuals is the recognition that they are accomplishing something. So it's not just about motivation. They will stay motivated. They will follow the plan as long as you are recognizing that someone's recognizing their results, because they are not necessarily doing it for themselves. They're doing it for outside recognition. Let me give you an example. Okay, there are a lot of people who, probably want to get well, who probably want to get to a healthy body weight, who probably want to overcome their autoimmune issues, who whatever. Those people, you want to bring them back to their why, right? Why are you doing what you are doing? And as you are doing it, because they don't necessarily need the motivation, you are telling them and cheering them on along the way, okay? So you are saying, great work, right? You've accomplished the first phase. And I had to learn this because that was never something that came intuitively to me. Let me give you an example back in the day, because I learned this during my personal training and nutrition days. I would always push my clients every week, and I would change their program every 4 to 6 weeks. And I pushed them to continue to keep getting new results, more results, etc. And I had a client say to me one day, I've actually brought this up on a podcast many years ago, and it changed the way that I looked at this. And he was a friend by that point. I'd been working out with him for a couple of years. He said, am I ever going to meet your standards? Or am I ever going to achieve what you want, like whatever it might be? And I just stopped and I was like, and he didn't say it in a mean way, because I was actually I'm notorious for tweaking people's form. That's when he said it in, meaning like, I'm always like, someone's doing a bicep curl, I'm looking to see if their elbows are flaring out. If they're doing some type of chest press, I'm looking to see if there's any bend in the wrist. So I'm always looking at angles, and that's what I would love to do. I'm always, very analytical in that way. And I never meant it as a bad thing. I always meant it to like, hey, I want to make sure that this person never gets injured. That was always big with me with training. No injuries ever. It takes them out of the game. And too many setbacks. We don't want that. You can get injured in other things in life. You can't get injured in the gym. But when he said that, I said, you know what? I could do a much better job at telling people how great they're doing. So this individual, informed. I gave them the plan. I gave them what to do in the off days. They were good with that. They wanted to know how all these exercises were working. This is like a top salesperson that I was working with, this individual client. They were really already motivated. They didn't need me. They were a top salesperson. They were disciplined. But what they were looking for was that they're doing a great job, the praise. And a lot of salespeople do want to be praised. So what I want you to do is try to seek out, and sometimes people are a combination of two, which one is the client that you're working with? Is it the one that wants to be informed? Tell me what to do and I will do it. Is it the one who wants to be taught? Tell me how I should be doing this, how it happened, why I need to be doing it, right? They want the education. The third one is, I need you to keep me accountable, motivate me, keep me on the right path. And then the fourth one is, tell me I'm doing a great job. Keep me, it's a form of motivation, but it's a little bit different. They're looking more for praise. And they'll do the work if you give them a gold star. Hey, phenomenal job. One of the best protocols I've ever seen anyone complete. Like anything like that is going to give that person a little bit of praise, a little bit of recognition. And you know what? All of it is great, because we're all individuals. We all have an ego. We all have a different way of looking at life, but we all want to be able to achieve our goals. And if a client is coming to you, it's because they want to achieve a specific health goal or body transformation goal or longevity goal. So as you begin to look at each client as an individual, what you're going to want to do is adapt your coaching style in a way that's going to be best for them, because that's really what it's all about. And then on that spreadsheet you keep on each individual client, you might even just put a little note like, hey, this person wants to be informed. This person wants to be motivated. This person wants to be praised. This person wants to be taught exactly what it may be. And I think that's a great way of going about it. And then it also helps us realize that we're all unique. We're all individuals. We all have our biases. And I think it'll even start to flow into our own lives as well. And we'll become better for all those around us, our family, our spouse, our community. And it's just a great way of looking at life, I think. So hopefully this was helpful. I know it's helped me in the past. It certainly helps me with my daughters. They're different human beings as well. And let us know if you've started to develop a coaching style of your own as well. All right, take care, everybody. For all the show notes from today's show, head on over to ihp.coach/220.